Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Shepley Oval Dandenong for this match between 4th place Dandenong and 11th place Preston, but it should be a close one. In fact, the VFA competition this year is indeed very close. A number of sides fighting for that place in the 5. So let's have a look at the VFA ladder, and there it is. Coburg on top by 4 points, and Springvale, that lost last week, on 24, and then 5 clubs. And there you can see Dandenong in 4th place, ahead of Williamstown and Sandringham. Brunswick Broadmeadows creeping up to 7th place with a good win over Springvale last week. And down the bottom half of the ladder, you see Preston in 11th spot, but 3 wins, 4 losses. They've had a couple of unlucky losses, close ones, so they'll be competitive today. Camberwell, the only side yet to notch a win. There's the Dandenong side, very strong side, one man to watch, Brett McKenzie, named in the forward pocket. He'll probably play centre half forward. Missing his captain coach though, Tony Elshaw, who was suspended last week for 1 week. And I asked Tony before the match about missing that week, and of course he'll be very sad to be not playing today.
It's disappointing, Ross, from the point of view of being captain coach, not to be out there, but it's a really important game for us, and somebody else gets their opportunity, and hopefully they'll grab that. Very even competition, as you know. We've got a chance to get up there in the top 3, so we're really we'll be out there desperate today.
But you'll be back in 1 week's time.
Well, hopefully I don't play that well that I can't get back in. But no, I'd like, I'm keen to get back on the footy field and do the coaching from that point of view.
Tony Elshaw now the Preston lineup, and 3 players playing their first game: Gillard, King and McInerney for Preston. They've been badly hit by injury. Jamie Shaw, the full forward, is well known to VFA fellows, and the captain coach named in the ruck there, who'll have to ruck against Warwick Green, is Neil Jordan. And of course Neil Jordan has been involved as coach and now the general manager. Preston this year had some very close games.
Yes, very true, Ross, and I'm probably expecting today to be that type of contest, looking at both teams, seeing Dandy on the television the other week and knowing our style of game. I think we're very compatible as far as the 2 teams' type of game goes, so I'm expecting a very hard-fought close game today as well.
You're a bit weakened by injury?
Yes, in a sense we are, but in another sense it gives the younger blokes an opportunity to... We've got 3 blokes playing their first game today, and they're very keen, and they're all 3 of them are local boys, and they'll be playing out there for the jumper today, and we're expecting big things from them. So I think that sort of enthusiasm, if it rubs off onto the other blokes out there today, it should see us come off with a win, hopefully.
Well, Neil Jordan, captain coach, and Sam are a bit thin on the ground. Peter G covering Notwake Classic, and Phil Cleary flying up on that Fokker Friendship to Canberra.
We're solo, mate, but we'll do the job. We'll hold the fort, pal.
Well, unfortunately, Preston are a bit weakened by injury, but should be still a close one.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. They've been decimated by injury, but by the same token, as you mentioned earlier, their performances have been tremendous this year, and they've lost a couple of tight ones, and they could have quite easily been in the 5. The loss of Hocking, Dunbar, Seno and those guys have really, really depleted their charges on the field. But I think it'll be a game of contrasting patterns of play, in particular Preston's running short, chipping the ball to shore at full forward, as opposed to Dandenong's longer style of play where they've got a multi-pronged attack. But I think it'll be an interesting game.
OK, well, let's check on could-have-been champion Tony Leonard. He's been sniffing around the rooms.
Thanks very much, Ross. Preston will kick with a pretty strong breeze, kicking to the right of screen, about a 5-goal breeze, I'd imagine. Dandenong just very, very quiet, couldn't get in the rooms at Preston. 3 new players. Neil Jordan emphasised everything to get behind the new players. Back to you, Ross.
Well, the umpires held the ball aloft and are about to get underway here at Shepley Oval. It's umpire Graham Fallett. First bounce. And Green in ruck there. 14 for Dandenong. Darren Reid didn't play last time on television. The Rover, number 27, just coming in to congratulate Green on putting in at that centre bounce.
Important to note for the viewer's point of view too, Ross, is a very, very stiff breeze blowing to the right of screen as you're watching. Probably a 6 or 7 goal breeze.
And Preston have that advantage, but Atkinson gets it out of the middle first time. Wide out, this is McKenzie. Brett McKenzie, a very strong player. And through comes Knight, and now Wicks for Dandenong out on that outer side. A bit of pressure into the breeze. Go Dandenong up towards full forward, and out comes Lumachizi. Clearing the ball into the middle. Underneath it, Jordan couldn't mark it. There he is, 25, the captain coach. Fed out by Darren Burke too. There's Jordan after it again. Burke just a bit quick for him in this time. Clearing for Dandenong is Gilder out of defence, wide, and we might see it play out on that far wing. You can see the, not the ranges, but the Dandenong hills in the background there, looking north. And the breeze coming in from the west, the southwest, pretty strong. Jordan flips it over the back, out to Nicolo. But they're going the right way. Hall it is at long bomb. And was a touch on the line by Shaw. Perhaps was that going through, Sam?
Oh, I think it may have, Ross. Gee, that was unfortunate. But it really gave you an indication of the strength of that breeze. That ball travelled every bit of 60 metres.
Now, favouring the grandstand side. Up high was Danny Hall again. In comes Knight for Dandenong.
And Ross, Preston are to be commended, aren't they, on unearthing 3 local products to come into the side in McInerney, King and Gillard. And in fact, Paul King in the centre played in the under-15s for Preston, playing first game, and was in the under-19s grand final last year. So that's tremendous to see a local product come through the ranks like that.
The Bullants trying to get it forward, but in the way Warwick Green, the ruckman for Dandy. Ex-St Kilda player, awkward drop of the ball, into the breeze it goes. Murray caught behind. Flipped out for Preston by Craig Lawson. Brother Mark is out injured today. Marcon, he's been a good player. Lumachese. Bit of toe was in the state squad. But here's Marshall, who's thrown off the ball. In he goes again. Now, Justin Marshall, 16, he was...
concussed, Ross.
Well, he was against Springvale, a fair hip and shoulder, and he went. But he's up, and he in fact hurt himself coming back in training and had to miss an extra week. Now Green.
Too high, play on!
Advantage played. The Redlegs out of defence. 23 is Knight, and he judged it well.
Good player, Ross.
In front of David Prideaux.
Very good player, Dennis Knight.
Into the strong breeze go the Redlegs. That's Murray in front. Mackenzie, a quick hand pass. Atkinson misses it. And down goes David Owen. The half-back flanker, there he is, number 9. Lumachese, 26, ready for this throw-in. Murray's rucking. Jordan uses the body well. Wicks above. Atkinson comes out with it for the Redlegs. Into the breeze, but well judged by Pat Pritchard at half-back.
Good to be back here today, Ross. It's pretty tense in the rooms, especially Preston. They really wanted to emphasise it. But here's a chance now for Dandenong. Atkinson, very nice handball, and into the breeze. They're playing quite well at the moment. Dandenong up forward. Who can grab it? Can Knight? No, he can't. Coming through. Should have been paid a free kick, and it was to Owen. Play on is the call. Gets the ball to Prideaux, and Prideaux with plenty of time will kick it long for Preston. Should have been marked. Gillard can't pick up. Coming through then is Gilder. Runs the ball out of bounds. And Sam, even though we've only played 5 minutes, Dandenong going all right into the breeze.
Doing very, very well, Ross. Playing it very intelligently. And I think Preston, with the loss of Lawson, Seno, Burrows and Hocking, there's a greater responsibility to be shared by Jordan, Hunt, Lumachese and those more experienced players. Shaw up forward.
Out comes Marshall. Justin Marshall, 2 Marshalls in the Dandenong side and 2 Burks. Over the top from Lacko. Missed by Mackenzie. He's put under great pressure. Was that a legging? Dandenong persist. Lacko comes out with it, the half forward. Up towards Milligan, but fisted away by Pritchard. Now on the left foot goes Murray across the face of goal. And it's very hard to kick goals from that pocket with a breeze blowing from left to right across the screen.
Well, you were out there, Tony. How strong is that breeze?
I reckon you're right, Sam. I reckon it could be worth 6 goals, but the trick is they've got to get it over on the top side on that outer flank. And yeah, you can just see the windsock there, that it really is quite a strong breeze. A free kick for over the shoulder, and Neil Jordan will take it for Preston. But yeah, Sam, I think that Dandenong are just containing them nicely. It's not a big oval out here.
No, it's quite a tricky oval to play. You've got to really know how to play it. You've got to be direct. That's one thing I have learnt. My previous experiences here.
Oh, gee, bad kick from Neil Jordan. And Knight's got the ball just outside 50. Dandenong doing all the attacking into the breeze at the moment. Gee, that's a nice kick. Going up very close. And at the back, it looks like Milligan. And what a good mark, too, it was. At the back, Sam.
Yes, judged the ball very, very well. And, you know, players, this is where it's a real test of intelligence in these conditions, Tony, with the tricky breeze.
Now, Milligan, a pretty tight sort of angle, but gee, it'd be handy. Goes in, skews it right away.
Oh, that really did blow, didn't it?
It certainly did. A point each at Dandenong at the moment, 7 minutes in, and Preston have really got to start to get some scores on the board.
Well, no argument about the name of this oval, the Shepley Oval, Dandenong.
He had a bit of trouble with that just at the start, mate.
Niccolo, he's been in good form. Oh, good smother from Reid. Niccolo keeps the pressure on, but Darren Reid did very well, the Dandenong Rover.
Just so important, isn't it, when you got first use of that breeze to score and score quickly, because the ball game can really slip away from you. They lose that psychological edge.
Dandenong into attack into the breeze, 8 minutes in. Preston win the knock, but gee, there's a lot of Dandenong players here. Reid with the ball, swings onto the left foot. Gee, that's a good kick in. Here's another chance, knocked away then. It looked like Jordan, it was. Here comes Prideaux now, and Prideaux will relieve the pressure for Preston off the side of the boot. They're out of danger, but they're over on this grandstand flank, Sam, and I'm quite sure that Neil Jordan doesn't want the ball out here.
No, you're right, Tony.
And there was Mick Hill on left of screen, a Coburg watcher. Even though Phil Cleary's in Canberra, Coburg still got their spies here.
One can only hope that Fokker friendship's just taking its time to get there too.
I notice Kevin Bartlett's here too. Wonder who he's spying on. Lumachese goes in for the bull ants. We've got the bull ants and the red legs. That's a mouthful. There's Lumachese in the back. Knight gives the ball to the umpire. 27 is Reid. And still Dandenong in attack. They're into the breeze. Umpire Fallett doing all the work at the moment. Jordan, an uncontested bounce. Down he goes. Plenty of pressure on the small oval. Knight going in strongly. And I think umpire Fallett will have more work to do. Sam, did you see that one? I couldn't. Holding the ball.
No, it was one of those iffy ones, Ross, that, you know, umpires, I don't blame them to break up the congestion that was there for 3 or 4 minutes.
Goes too long for Plowman. Ball running close to the boundary line then. Well picked up then by Gilder. Keeps it in play. Good knock on from Hunt for Preston, but still Dandenong with the numbers at the ball. Gee, they've got plenty of work there. Ball goes out of bounds centre wing. We're about 10 minutes in. It's a point each, and Preston's certainly wasting the opportunity to kick with the breeze first. It is a 6-goal breeze, Sam. It's good conditions, but they just can't get the ball on that outer wing. Over near the scoreboard as the viewers are watching.
Green ruck. Now there's an infringement.
And you'll see the side that's defending against the breeze will endeavour to do what Dandenong are doing, to bottle up play, congest it, and not allow the running players of the opposition to spread the ball.
Now the kick will go to McCormack, Paul McCormack. Ruck roving, but laid a lot in the centre. The ball held up in the breeze, you can see that. Oh, well intercepted by Adrian Marcon, one of the Bull Ants' best players.
So that was a poor option, Ross, centering the ball, you know, in the breeze.
He kicks it high. So making it difficult for a forward, but easy for the full-back in Marshall.
Marshall handball out, and once again Dandenong are going to bring it towards this grandstand side. Goes too long for Reid, and it's out on the full. And Lumachese will take the free kick for Preston, but got to centre the ball. Goes for the handball. Prideaux picks it up. G's wide on the boundary line. Centres it towards goal. A good kick there, but just dropping back is Warwick Green, the ruckman for Dandenong, and he decides to switch play, and that was bad play across ground. And Plowman now, he is well within kicking range, about 45 metres out. He's on the right side of the ground to be kicking it, and he'll take the kick.
And the breeze virtually directly
over
behind him, yes.
Out on the full, Sam. Experienced player too.
Well, their experienced content have really got to give a little bit extra today.
Look at the wind blowing the trees there. It really is strong.
Even the koalas wouldn't relish that, Ross.
No, they'll be hanging on. Out to the scoreboard. Wicks, his kick's smothered.
Just digressing for a moment, Ross, I ordered Tony's afternoon tea before too. Did you see the order?
Well, I hope the wind doesn't blow our afternoon tea away. What, 8 salad rolls, was it?
2 pages of Phil's cup I went through.
We've doubled the pie content, don't you? Listeners don't believe him. Viewers don't believe him. Ball thrown in. Grabbed nicely by Burke. Gee, they're doing it well at the moment. Out from McCormick, onto Wicks. And Dandenong again relieve the pressure. They go in. Can King pick it up? No, he can't. And once again, the blustery conditions will see a lot of congested play like this today, Sam, and the umpire calls for the ball.
Quite a few being...
There's a lucky viewer, is it, Tony, on screen?
Very, very nice.
Now, feeding it out. Reed, he's a left footer. The Redlegs over-centering out towards Lacko, who's a very creative half-forward. Left footer.
He's had a great year, Ross, Lacko.
Now, the option is Mackenzie in the pocket. Oh, that was well done, but he's been penalised. Outside 5 metres, the decision. Out towards Hunt. He loses it. Reed, this could be trouble. Fires it in towards Milligan. He's in front. Feeds off the hand pass. Wicks. Shot on goal coming up from the angle, but across the face and once more out on the full.
Just shows you how strong that breeze is. And I'm not making an apology for players. They are professional players and they should be doing a lot better. But for the viewer's point of view, I'd just like to point out that it's not as easy as it looks out there. It really is blustery, Tony, isn't it?
Yeah, well, perhaps, Sam, that it may not be that great an advantage. Mark on with the ball. Now let's see what the great little Preston player can do. Takes a couple of bounces, dodges around another play. Gee, got well tackled then. Dandenong did it well. Plowman, bad handball. Good pressure from Dandenong. Ball out of bounds.
They're a tremendously well-disciplined side, Dandenong. That was great pressure. I think that Preston have just got to have more options and runners with the ball carrier.
I think the tackle was from Darren Burke, number 26. Sobs, they call him, son of Brian Burke. Of course, there are 2 Darren Burkes. He comes through again, up towards Murray. He's caught behind, and captain coach Neil Jordan takes the mark. He's looking for an option. There isn't one. Now there's a lead from Shaw, but it won't reach him. Plowman over his head. Niccolo judges it well. Now, if he steadies, he might get the distance, but he chooses to play on, looking for the man down there in Gillard. But it's all Dandenong. Out comes Russell Marshall, the fullback, and he looks like he's got a paddock in front of him.
Playing very confidently, Dandenong, as Marshall with a nice kick in, tries to find McCormick. He can't then. Good bump then by Preston. Picked up by Neil Jordan, needs to lift his side. Here's a chance now, but once again Marshall, and he is playing a Butte game, Sam.
We said that about, remember the last time against Williamstown when they were unlucky to get beaten, Dandenong. I thought Russell Marshall is a great player.
Wicks with the football for Dandenong. Gee, that should be a free. Not going to be paid though. And here's a chance now. Dandenong running the ball really well. Good pass. Lacko's got the ball. Decides to play on. Can he get around his man? Great tackle. Threw it away and is going to be penalised.
Terrific contest. It's played in good spirits, isn't it? There's a lot of of pack formation, but still players are retaining their cool, and it's tremendous to see.
Lawson the kick. Marcon misjudges it. This is Wicks. Plowman puts a tackle on. Wicks comes in well. Followed up the ball. Centering back. Reed's underneath it. And takes the mark. Valkanis late on the scene. Off he goes. He loves to run, Darren Reed. Looking for Milligan. And in comes Lacko. Can he feed it out? Mackenzie. He's got some strength. He threw it to Milligan. Milligan shoots at goal, and the first major's on the board for the Redlegs. Kicked by Milligan, their deputy vice captain.
Gee, and what a goal that is. That was
hard work, Sam.
Oh, it is hard work, Ross, but gee, that will give them some tremendous lift. And here we see it on replay, you know, great knocking on. Ross, I know you're inferring there might have been a throw there, but Mackenzie didn't use his well, I tend to agree with you too, Ross.
And that just reminds me, we're going to the rugby too at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes, Australia-France at 3 o'clock. We'll be back after that.
He might get a game.
It was a forward pass though, Sam, I think.
I would, yes. I agree with you there, Ross. It was forward. I think Rex would have picked that one up, wouldn't he? Rex Mossop?
I think so. Hall with a nice knockdown. Here's a chance for King, one of the first gamers for Preston. The ball kicked up in the air, but at least it's going the right side. Running out then well was Gillard. Got the ball now. Can he get around his man?
Bit lucky.
Well, yeah. Put the ball on the ground and got the free kick for holding the man.
Gillard, the first gamer. Long. Now, where's Shaw? Jordan ducks the head. Dandenong to centre field. The ball held again by the breeze. Murray pushing and shoving from behind and is penalised. Kick goes to Owen. And some vocal Dandenong supporters out here disagreeing with that decision. Jordan leads short. Owen ignores him. Hunt comes in. First grab to Hunt. Couldn't bring it down. Paddled out. There's Shaw. First touch, I think, for him. Yes, says our statistician Paul Field. Now Atkinson paddling the ball along, playing for the free. Oh, and he got one. Valkanis infringed.
Sammy?
I thought he did well, Atkinson. Paddle the ball in front of him.
Atkinson kicks the Dandenong into attack. Preston with the numbers there in front. Picked up beautifully then by Reed. He's being creative today. Looks for Milligan on his own. What a great pass into the breeze. But well done by Pritchard, who's going to get Preston out of trouble. Ball going towards the outer side with Dandenong still into attack into the breeze, Sam. Yes. And I thought that was great play then by Reed.
Yes, I agree with you. And the fullback did extremely well too. Pat Pritchard.
Mackenzie in the front. Oh, and he's done it well. Flips it out. Wicks is it up towards Milligan. Oh, good grab. Thought it was over, and it may well be over the line.
Just touched the post.
See, the other thing, the psychological aspect of the Preston forwards, they're kicking with the aid of a strong breeze. They haven't registered a goal yet. They've got a quarter of football conceivably where they're not going to get many touches, and it's, you know, really compounds their problems. I really believe they've lost initiative in this quarter.
Well, I thought that was a bit tough. Hall was free kicked. Dandenong into attack. Bad kick then. Good mark by Owen at centre half back. But gee, they've got to get a wriggle on the bull ants. Dandenong, who've kicked into the breeze, have had all the attack. Kicks out there. Shaw looks like he's been moved well up the ground now. Good play then by Darren Burke. Play on is the call. And they've got plenty of runners again. Knight with the football. Beats his man. Looks in towards Milligan. And leading. Well, what a good grab then. That looks like Gilder. I beg your pardon, it's Wicks. I lie. But gee whiz, Sam, if you can kick this one, this is going to be a very handy lead for Dandenong.
2 metres, 1 metre.
7 kicks.
Mark there.
Goes in towards goal. And doesn't miss. And it's a second goal to the Red Legs. 2-2-14. Lead Preston 1 point.
That is an excellent goal too, Tony. Into the breeze. You know, kept the ball low and really drilled it through. Strong follow through with a boot, so the ball wouldn't deviate off its course.
And it's the little blokes around the around the packs with Knight and Reed.
Well, it's a little man's game, you know, in these windy conditions, providing they're intelligent, read the game and prepared to work. I mean to say there's oodles of opportunities out there, Tony. But Preston are just doing it all wrong at the moment.
Great mark by the man in the red cap behind the goal. He wasn't wearing a Preston jumper. Lumachese gets space. Into attack they go, but they're breaking down up forward. Thiel. Bad option. It's like King. Oh, and
great mark by Shaw.
Shaw held his ground well as Burke came crashing into him. Now Jamie Shaw.
I'll tell you why they're breaking down badly at half forward also. Ross, their pattern of play has been short and chipping and going out wide. When you've got the strong breeze such as this, it's obvious what you've got to do, and that is kick long. And there's a 50-metre penalty for an indiscretion by Dandenong against Shaw, and this will most certainly be Preston's first goal.
Well, that's Russell Marshall. Whether he was the offender, we don't know, but it's a goal nevertheless, kicked by the full forward for the Bull Ants in Jamie Shaw. And he's carrying a few pounds here, Sam, isn't he, compared with previous years?
Yeah, he looks a smidge heavy to me, Ross, but I don't think that's terribly a bad thing. He looks reasonably well proportioned, providing he's firm, of course, for a full forward.
Lining up on him is Darren Burke. And there's Tony Elshaw. Hidden behind that railing. The coach of Dandenong missing this week. And his very firm instructions being given.
Dandenong with the knock, and once again their little men through. Knight going to drive Dandenong into attack. Beautifully picked up then by Wicks. Wicks handballs the ball out to Knight again, coming through. It's 2-on-1 out there. They've got the numbers, Dandenong. Drop, put it on the ground. Picked up now by Wicks. Wicks kicks the ball into attack, and Reed, another one of the Dandenong little men who are cutting Preston to ribbons. I think that's the expression, Sam. Has got a chance. 6 kicks for Reed.
Couldn't have phrased it better myself, Tony.
Thank you, Sam. Tight angle. Gee, that's a nice kick. Going to fall just slightly short. Oh, what a grab.
This man can play.
Yeah, you've been a big rap for him, Roscoe, haven't you, Mackenzie?
Well, I wonder who Kevin Bartlett is out here watching, Sam. Perhaps Tony can find that out at half-time. I'm sure he wouldn't tell you, though, would he?
Oh, I think he would. He's a very, very honest person, KB.
Mackenzie goes in. Good kick for goal. Good kick. Mackenzie's 5th kick Dandenong's third goal. They lead by 13 points, 20 minutes into the first quarter.
And yes, he isn't a good player, Brett McKenzie. I agree with you, Ross. If I've got a criticism, I know he's still relatively young and he's had a sniff of league experience. I think he's just got a tendency to flamboyantly flex his
North Melbourne, is it?
physical strength. I think if he just goes about in a professional manner using his strength, I don't think he'd incur the wrath of the umpires as much as he does when he tends to, you know, blatantly flash it around.
Well, that was a good mark from him.
Does that make sense, Tony? Do you know what I'm hitting at?
Almost like the epitaph of a bloke who played for North Melbourne 15 years ago.
The free kick going to Green. Warwick Green in the middle. 13 points, Dandenong lead. Into the breeze. Lacko's infringed.
Charging like that.
Says umpire Fallett.
Attempt for the mark.
Further instruction. Lacko, half forward. Where's Milligan leading? Straight up the ground. Milligan's in front. Well spoilt. Down comes Pritchard with a footy. Goes towards the boundary line. And Lawson takes it over. Craig Lawson, that is. Mark Lawson is out injured. There's now a number of red... I'm having trouble. Red ants. Bull legs.
Ball thrown in. We know what you mean, mate. We know what you mean. Ball going to be taken out. Good play then by Reed once again. Gee, they're doing it well. Back to Wicks. Wicks, can he get the ball through? But coming through now, Preston, it relieved the pressure. But Atkinson can't quite get the mark. I beg your pardon, it was Green. Shaw coming through then. Plenty of chances now. Green gets the ball out. And Dandenong, who are just doing it too easily at the moment, Sam, gets the Darren Burke now. Burke on centre wing, up towards the 50-metre line. Gee, coming over the back once again was McKenzie, your man, Sam, the physical man. Congested play once again. And the umpires pulled one out. Your comments, Mr. Kekovic. Any free there?
No, not that I could see, Tony, but then again, I'm not the umpire. He's always right.
Reed took it. Intercepted. Hall goes out wide. Pritchard's run from defence. Well done. Almost got through. Now chooses to run. Marcon's caught behind. Gilder it is. And will Dandenong switch play? No, they stay on that outer side. There's a couple of men loose. One McCormack. And with him Thiel. He gives it to Thiel. And away they go, the Redlegs. That bad kick on the left foot. Intercepted by Donny Valkanis.
Valkanis. Well, gee whiz, what can Preston do? Can't find anyone out there. Lumachuzzi, great stuff. Well done, Joe. Handball's on now. Picked up then by Nicolau. Onto the first gamer in King. King with the ball. Picks it up nicely, but oh, Jingoes. Almost put it into the creek that runs by the ground. Then out on the full. Wasted opportunity.
Yeah, Paul King, his first game, the young lad. I'm sure that would have got rid of a few butterflies getting that boot out of the way. Settle down and start going about his work now.
Marshall, not much room to kick. Out towards Green. King's got his hands on the ball. Reed. Marshall. Well, Atkinson it is. They're very similar. Hunt gives away the free kick to Atkinson. And quite a healthy crowd here at the Shepley Oval.
Very good crowd.
And Hunt cribbing over the mark. Atkinson forced, therefore, to kick high. Tight in there in the middle.
Never had a chance.
And Wicks was just about to race off and have his 11th kick. But he has to give it over to umpire Fallett. There's McKenzie now. Will he contest the bounce? No, he won't. Green will, the ruckman. There's Green on the right of screen. Hall does well. Oh, dispossessed is Mazzocca, who's come on from interchange. Reed, very busy. Feeds it out. Atkinson. That's not so good. And it's still tight, this the Bullen team, though they haven't kicked many goals, just one. Still competitive.
13 points in front, Dandenong about to start time on here at Shepley Oval. And Preston have kicked with a breeze, although it looks as if it may have dropped just a fraction. Let's hope so. Reed swings around. Gee, he's had a very big quarter. Dandenong into attack once again. At the back then was McKenzie. Given the way a free kick.
11 possessions to Reed.
Lawson with the ball. And gee, it's pretty congested up there. Waiting at the back was Gilder. Nice handball to Reed. I don't know how many stats that is. I'll be told shortly, though, how many possessions. But he has burnt this quarter, Darren Reed.
That's 12. 11 plus 1.
Thank you very much, Ross. It's the school teacher in you, even though you're not one, coming out.
Oh, that's a great comment.
Thank you.
Now, Green. the sole ruckman. There's Reid again. That wasn't a possession. Well pressured. Flicked out by Marshall. Taking a while to pick it up is Sobs, son of Brian Burke, and he gets a free kick. Lumachisi, the
poor tackle, Ross. That was a terrible tackle
by Joe, little Joe. Looks like him too, doesn't he? Into the middle. Big pack. Too many flying, I'd suggest, on a day like this. Burke. Well, Green it was, couldn't get it clear. And in goes Murray, 25. Nearly quarter time here at the Shepley Oval. Umpire Fallett. Marcon pulls up his socks. The Bull Ants will need to. And there's Shaw having some... Jordan, I'm sorry. Having attention to his finger. They can't afford to lose him. Not much height in this Bull Ant side.
And out of bounds once again. Grandstand side. Dandenong by 13 points. Just about a minute into time on. And Sam, I just don't know what Preston can do, but they're going to have to do something. Green gets the ball out. Reid onto Knight. Knights runs it over the boundary line and once again will be thrown in.
In fact, Tony, you can find out at quarter time what they are going to do.
I think they've got to get extract a bigger performance from guys like Glenn Hunt and Lumachisi, your on-ball players. They're just not controlling enough of the ball at the moment to create opportunities for their forwards. Not that their forwards are, in any great shape when the ball is down there. They're constantly caught behind. So I guess the first thing you've got to do, Tony, is to instill some aggression into your makeup, to go and get the ball.
It's a bit hard when the other mob have got it all the time, though, Sam.
Well, that was the point I was trying to highlight, Anthony.
Well picked up. Good knock then by Hall. But once again, Gilder doing very, very well. Here's a chance now for Prideaux. Very nice handball. Niccolo can't pick it up, and once again, they're going to run it out, Dandenong. Good quarter then to the Red Legs. I almost had your problem then, Ross. 3-2-20 lead Preston, 1-1-7 by 13 points.
Yes, and just 4 goals in that first quarter. All singles, one to Gary Milligan of Dandenong. Mackenzie kicked one, Brett Mackenzie and Richard Wicks. And for Preston, the sole goal kicker was Jamie Shaw. So at quarter time, the Redlegs lead by 13 points. Yes, and Sam, what do you predict for this quarter? Do you think Dandenong can break loose?
No, I do. There's no question. You'll see the way they'll play it. They will kick long. They've got, good key forwards in Mackenzie and Milligan. Good medium-sized players in Knight, Murray, Lacko. Tremendous roving duo of Reid and Wicks. And I think they will get a gap on Preston in this quarter.
13-point lead to the Redlegs. They're now kicking with the breeze. Wicks feed tries to find Knight. He's got support to Mackenzie, who goes. Oh, does he miss that one? How could he miss from about 10 metres? I guess you did it, Sam, and I did it too. But he's missed it. He should have put it through.
Yes, that would have really spurred them on. But they still have a commanding lead of 14 points. It's only the margin of 14 points, but they've been, quite comprehensive in general field play. They really have monopolised possession.
Now the kick in, looking for Coach Jordan. He uses his body well, keeps out Warwick Green and gets a push in the back. Remember the rugby union test coming up at 3 o'clock between Australia and France. And we'll have highlights after the rugby finishes. So stay with us here on ABC. And McCormack takes the kick. He's been relatively quiet. McCormack, lead in the pocket from Knight. Just gets it freshly inside the line. He'll need to centre it. Oh, there's a boomer. In towards the square. There's Mackenzie. Keeps it in cleverly. Well, not quite cleverly enough because Pritchard takes it over. But they're in attack, the Redlegs. And has that wind dropped out there, Tony?
No, unfortunately, it hasn't for Preston's sake. It's, in fact, if anything, it's probably as strong as it has been all day.
You can see the trees blowing still in the back.
And a mark to McInerney for Preston at centre half back with a lot of work to do, the Bull Ants. Ball being kept out on this grandstand wing, which is going to be the negative wing. Niccolo, well picked up. Mazoka battles hard, but gee, they're a bit too good at the moment. And Reid, another kick. Kicks the ball in towards centre half, into forwards, full forward. Can't get the ball, Milligan. And the Bulls run out of bounds. 22 plays 7. Dandenong 15 points in front early into the second quarter. But they're kicking with a very, very strong breeze, Dandenong.
And there's...
What sort of tree is that?
Flags. I think it's not a conifer, Ross. It's the only tree I do know. We have one at home. I think my wife's out there raking up the leaves at the moment.
After putting on the roast. That is terrible.
Hello, my darling Susie. She's there watching.
Only joking. Umpire Fallett.
Actually, Ross, I think it must be Richmond's day here because Craig Lambert's out here as well. So they must be having a bit of a look around.
I'm sure with an internal draft coming up on June the 20th. Perhaps some VFA players being scrutinised. The Redlegs in attack. Murray hooks it back. Not far enough.
Don't know about the internal draft, Sammy, but this external one outside has certainly worth quite a few goals.
Yes.
And it's a bit chilly too out there too, even though the sun's out.
I can imagine, but you know, you have dressed for the occasion. You have got your Edmund Hillary top on. You know, I know we're not at 8,000 metres above sea level, but...
Oh, we're close to water. We are close to water with the creek. Ball being brought in. Big fly then from Mackenzie. Ball out of bounds. Half-back flank for Preston. And, geez, a good lump of a lad, that boy, Sam.
Well proportioned, yes.
And he walks around with a huge dog on a lead. And I'm not sure who leads who. Lumachese. Well done, that's better. The Bullants forward. Oh, pulled to the ground is Gillard. He'll get the free kick. Umpire Snedden not filled by that one. Now Gillard. Plowman gives a lead. So does Shaw. But he's caught behind. Oh, he almost got through to him as Marshall missed it. Marcon flips it out. Back to Gillard, into the pocket. Here's Lumachese, twisting and turning. Chooses to run. Still too far out to score. Will have to pass. Pushing and shoving, and a good effort by Nicolo.
What great body strength displayed too by Nicolo. Really held the backs out there.
He's a strong fellow.
Now, I'll tell you what. The manner in which they got that ball forward was very, very impressive and intelligent. The way they kicked the ball in a low trajectory and really stabbed the ball to a teammate.
Fifth possession to Chris Nicolo results in a goal for the Bullants against the breeze, so that will lift them.
Well, he's had a fine year, Chris Nicolo. You know, he was in and out last year, had a lot of a few personal problems, unfortunately with illness and so forth at home, but to his credit, he's really fought back and he's a wonderful player, and Preston certainly need, you know, him firing to get back into this game.
And that's exactly what Neil Jordan wanted too, the way they just ran it up there.
Yes.
And good too that Lumachese was involved in that goal, because he certainly is a very exciting player. Ball down. Hall will do battle with Green. Hall gets the ball away. No decisive tap. Gee, that should be a free. To McCormick it is.
Straight back. Hop out. Hop out.
And McCormick will go long for the Red Leagues. Over centre half forward. In front then should have been paid. Murray knocks the ball on. Here's Reed again. Twisting and turning. Over onto his left boot. And it's a mark. A mark to Mackenzie. Very tight angle though.
Checks the wind. Bit like a golfer. There he is, Kevin Bartlett. Wonder if he is watching Brett Mackenzie.
Mackenzie, nice shot on goal.
Well picked, Tone.
Second goal to Brett Mackenzie. Dandenong's fourth, and they run 16 points in front. Good mark then, Sam, and he really is an impressive tie.
Oh, yes, he could certainly go on, and there's the legendary figure of KB. No, we've back to the highlight, and
Reed did very well then. He just got onto his left foot and swung it around.
So you can see the tight angle Mackenzie is on. At the breeze favouring Mackenzie, it would drag it across into goal, but nevertheless a good one. So there's the margin, 16 points. We've had 6.5 minutes of the second quarter. Hall wins well. In fact, Preston are doing well in the middle and the centre hit-outs. Hunt's kick smothered. Dandenong respond. Mackenzie up high, didn't bring it down. He loves leaping. Oh, there's Murray riding Owen into the ground at half-back.
Owen with the free at centre half-back for Preston, and could have got vertigo he got up that high, Sam.
certainly was a leap, wasn't it?
Glenn Hunt used his body well. Nearly a mark, not paid. Play-on's the call. Once again, Dandenong at the fall of the ball. Got too many players there, and the pressure is relieved. And Reed playing a slashing game. Wheels onto the left foot, and he'll go long. Touched off the boot, though. Mackenzie can't quite pick it up. He does well here, though. Gets around onto his right foot. Pritchard with the ball now will clear for Preston. Mazzocca. Ball goes over. Lumachese's heading out of bounds.
And there's the, well, it's almost a packed ground. So not a big one here at the Shepley Oval, Dandenong, but people out of the wind.
A good crowd here too.
It is a good crowd.
The grandstand side. No decisive knock. Here's Mazzocca again. And coming on from the interchanges, had a few touches. Marcon can't quite grab it, but there's a couple of players here. Plowman with a good handball. Is it going to carry? It certainly is. Marcon with the ball. Goes in towards goal. Good shot on goal. Just caught, I should say, Sam, by the breeze.
Yes, it was a tricky pocket. There's a little gust, I think, in that goal square, Tony.
And going to be thrown in. But Preston doing a lot better into the breeze this quarter. Good chance, and they need to score too. They're 16 points down. Hall doing well in the ruck, gets the ball down. Plenty of Preston players there. Marcon can't pick it up. Mazzocca overruns the ball. Atkinson going there. Gee, it should be a free then, I would have thought, to Neil Jordan, but not paid. And there's plenty of runners out now as Dandenong are going to clear the ball. Good kick then by Burke. And the ball goes out of bounds with Dandenong slightly into attack.
Interesting comment, Tony, you made regarding Preston working a lot harder. There's the brains trust of Dandenong.
Cameron Clayton, isn't it? And
yes.
Tony Elshaw.
Former Richmond player.
Sneaking into the picture, Craig Brady, who's injured. Be back in some time, some weeks. Now, Wick's been a very good player. Out to Mackenzie, who's freed. Advantage pay to Reid. Goes long, but wasting it. And Darren Reid, geez, notching up those possessions, Paul.
Hard-working rover.
17 possessions in about a quarter and 10 minutes.
Preston. Gee, he was lucky to get out of that. It could have really mucked up Wicks. Gee, Prito just jumped into his back then.
Keep your eyes on the football.
That was undisciplined, yes.
Mark where you are.
And the umpire just said, keep the eyes on the football then, Sam. So
And he's capable of kicking this Wicks too. Oh no, he's up there for the short one.
well led.
Darren Bennett. No, it's
Good call, says Milligan.
Milligan. Sorry, Tony. I think the viewers got the drift there, did they?
I think so,
It's
Sam.
not dissimilar, is he, to the Melbourne full forward?
Both big lumps of lads.
Dicky knee, has he?
The size of the band, he just looks like a dicky couple of knees. Milligan into, oh, shocking kick. 1 point only.
Must have jarred that knee.
But Preston are working harder, aren't they, Ross and Tony? It's amazing how sides kicking into the breeze work harder as opposed to sides, because they must psychologically think, yeah, and I've been guilty of it myself, you think the wind's going to do it for you, but unfortunately it doesn't.
Where's the wind doing it?
A bit too much.
A bit too much,
Well, that's
yes.
something it does do for you.
You have been guilty of not working hard before, Sam.
Yes, I certainly got to put my hand up there, Tony.
Atkinson
Mark Preston.
has the penalty-free kick. And in front of the vocal red leg supporters. High ball. Who's underneath it? Mackenzie anywhere? No. Very strong mark to
Give him 5, that's it.
Pritchard
Stay
It's an
there.
excellent grab.
for a defender. Now he's a left footer. He's been kicking in. He's choosing to go defensively again. Across the face he goes. He keeps it in play this time at the back, Atkinson. And lucky that time not to go over on the full, just bouncing inside. Shortly, in about 10 minutes, we're going to the rugby, the first test, Australia and France. You're on the right channel. The Bull Ants. Clear only momentarily to centre field, and Warwick Green in the way.
And a bit too good at the moment. Green on towards Burke, in towards centre half forward. Gee, big leap then. Couldn't grab it, Mackenzie. Battling hard then. Should be a free to Pritchard, not paid. But they'll get out of trouble here, Preston through Lawson. And Lawson finds the boundary line once again. And, gee, whatever the boundary umpires are getting paid today, Sam, they ought to double because their arms are going to be nice and sore.
I'll certainly earn their keep today, Tony, you're right.
Certainly Neil Jordan's worked out which is the defensive flank.
Yes, well...
It's Preston by 18 points, 12 minutes into the second quarter. Good knock then by Jordan on towards Hunt. Hunt paddles the ball in front of him. He and Atkinson running hard towards the ball. Good, well picked up then by Lumachese. But unfortunately, the kick is going to find its way to Marshall. And Marshall clears for Dandenong. But they are playing better, Preston. Hunt with the ball. He's lifted his game a little bit this quarter. Well tackled then by Reid. Well, I think he might have had an umpire at one stage when he was tackled, but the free kick goes to Neil Jordan. And Jordan kicks Preston in towards attack, and that's a very, very good mark.
Strong mark, wasn't it?
Andy Plowman it is, at centre half forward. Here's another left footer. Keeps it close to the line. Oh, well, Green gets a bad bounce. Down goes Shaw, and down goes Russell Marshall, the fullback.
Ross, we'll take this opportunity of sending condolences to the McLean family. Michael McLean, a premiership player, was 71-72 and a physiotherapist here, passed away the day after Jack Hamilton. So certainly our sorrows extended to the McLean family.
Marshall, Niccolo, and they're throwing themselves in a bit more now, the Bull Ants. Socket away by Marshall. Murray trying hard, keep it in with Owen.
Stay there, Dandy!
And Owen gets the kick. Look at those beautiful trees on that outer side. Owen kicks dangerously across the breeze. Marcon is his target, and he's done it well. That's why he went there. Flipped out to Niccolo. He's kicked one. Will this be two? No, underneath it, Lumachisi can't get there in time.
Did well then, Sam, though. They ran it up very nicely.
Yes, so they're working a lot better. There's no question about that. I thought Dandenong would have completely, you know, skipped away from him in this quarter, but they're not to be denied, Preston.
Ball thrown in, another chance for Preston. Hall can't pick the ball up. Very congested. Hunt battling through well. Gee, that's a great effort. Found its way to Jamie Shaw. Well done, Glenn Hunt, and full points to Preston. Their third goal. Shaw's second. And Dandenong lead by 12 points. 15 minutes into the second quarter. And then once again, really made something out of nothing just by battling then, Sam.
Well, if you're prepared to persist and fight, and here we see it on screen, Hunt did very well here. You know, that was a quick boot the ball, and Shaw, Johnny on the spot, converted. But if you're prepared to work hard and put yourself in the line of fire, or the line of traffic, well, you're always going to be a chance, and they've really done that a lot better this quarter.
And Dandenong really haven't kicked long with the breeze either. Marcon running through for Preston. And Preston, there's plenty of players here. Picked up then by Nicolau, who's having a very good game. But unfortunately, the ball can't find its target. And Burke will clear for Dandenong. Kicked out on towards the centre wing on the outer side. Good battle then. Owen did very, very well for Preston. Keep your eyes on it. He does. Gets the ball out now. Glenn Hunt's there with Marcon. Marcon, very nice handball and coming through Prideaux with a bit of dash. Good kick from Prideaux. They're into attack once again, and Plowman gets the ball 40 metres out. Probably just a little bit too far out into this breeze. But he kicks the ball right there. He's going to make a liar of me, of course. And
Lumachisi,
Stay on the line!
he's really lifted his game in this quarter.
gee, there's no one on the mark. Gee, that's very, very loose play from Dandenong then, and Lumachisi took it full advantage of that. His 9th possession, Preston's 4th goal, and all of a sudden it's back to 6 points.
Yes, well, there's nothing in this game. I keep saying they've lifted, but what about this abysmal defence by Dandenong? No one on the mark, and Lumachisi really displayed intelligence here.
Let's see if we can pick the player up. We can't on that replay. Well done from the angle from Lumachisi.
Yes, sized up the opportunity, saw he was going to have a tricky shot from a set shot. Took the opportunity of running into an open goal.
Now we've got a ball game. It's really hotting up as we go to the rugby shortly. That'd be right, wouldn't it? And the Preston come away again. Umpire Fallett finds a free kick, and Hall in the middle is doing very well with those ruck duels. Up towards Plowman, pushing and shoving. Marcon, oh, pace, hit the ground and he was away. Hunt, trying hard. He's been grabbed high, says umpire Snedden. Bad kick by Hunt, but Jordan's got some space. Gets away from Reid. Oh, Reid intercepts well. And good tackle by Jordan. Comes to Marcon. And the short pass into Shaw. Now, suggest he's a bit far out to score because he's kicking into the teeth of this breeze. He pushes the locks back from his brow. There's Jamie Shaw. He's kicked 35 goals for the year, 2 today. And there you can see the goal line he's standing on at the moment. Up into the breeze. Big men in the square going to shepherd it through. Oh, they don't have to. They love it. Preston draw level with Jamie Shaw's 3rd goal.
Gee, that was a superb goal, Tony, wasn't it?
Very, very accurate. That's his forte
And
throughout his whole career, Sam. Very, very accurate. But just great play once again. Hunt and Mark on battling
Yes.
very, very difficult, you know.
The on-ball players, and look at this. This is a good angle for it. That's a superb goal. That does lift the side. Very inspirational stuff, that from Jamie Shaw. That was his 3rd goal. But they're doing a lot better at the base of the pack. You know, their running players are putting a lot more pressure on, getting a lot more possession, more importantly.
And one of the players responsible for that is Hall, the big blonde ruckman, having a terrific game. Gee, that should be a free to Jordan. It's not paid. Oh, umpire. I don't think it was. But unfortunately, you haven't got the replay here. Chance now for Dandenong through Atkinson. Good kick in towards centre-half forward. They've gone long on the very rare occasion. But Lawson doing well now for Preston is Mazzocca. One bounce, and he's had a few touches since he's come on in the 2nd quarter. And Mazzocca drives them forward, and it's a good mark once again now for Plowman. Plowman on his left foot. Looking up towards big Jamie Shaw. He can't get it, but running on well is Nicolau. The ball doesn't bounce for him, and Thiel does very, very well for Dandenong. Relieves the pressure, but Preston right into attack, into the teeth of this gale, Sam. 20 metres around from the Preston goal.
There was hard lines for Nicolau. Could have quite easily have run into an open goal.
And I'm having the same troubles I did with Schleger the other week. Thank you, Ross. It is Nicolau. It should be a free to mark on, not paid. Battling very hard is Burke now for Dandenong. Who'll clear, but ball on the outer wing, and now plenty of runners there now for Preston. Good, pass just too far. Leading in the race is Gillard. Gets the ball. Pretto, very nice pick-up. Beautiful pass, but unfortunately is going to be intercepted, and the mark goes to Gilder.
Well, rugby shortly, the first test. But in the meantime, the Redlegs forward through Reid. Attacking the ball, Murray moved to full forward, feeds it out, back to Reid. Twisting and turning, he wants to get on the left foot. Now he does, but with a hand pass. Shot on goal by Burke, I think it is wide, and just more pressure. Lackout it was, the half forward, and more pressure all over the ground now by the Bullants who've lifted.
Kick it over,
Look at that. Look at those flags, look at the trees.
Gee, that breeze is strong.
Wonder what the conditions are in Sydney. We'll find out shortly. Dropping short, Reid reads it well. Takes a diving mark. How many possessions is that for? He's anticipated the question. 20 possessions to Darren Reid. Now, as he heard, this would be a...
Just think one of the players accidentally might have come across him when he took the mark. Thank you, umpire.
Yes. Oh, sure.
Mark Snedden.
Yeah. I think the stops may have gone across his head. It was accidental, though.
Now,
But gee, they can't. They can't afford to lose him, Sam. It was just an accidental.
Oh, it'll be a crippling blow for them.
there we are. Scores level here at Shepley Oval. But with Reid having a kick for goal, he's possibly a touch out, too far out to score. Murray's in the goal square. Now interchange.
That's it.
Dandenong did have an 18-point lead, but the back level at the moment is Reid. Long bombs
All clear.
and misses. So they're 1 point in front as we have 20 minutes gone in the 2nd quarter.
He needs to touch it, and once again.
It's about time to go to Sydney for the Rugby Union Australia versus France. Back later. Well, welcome back to the Shepley Oval, Dandenong. We're at half-time. The Redlegs, Dandenong, have an 8-point lead. 6-9 to 6-1. And in that first half, we saw Dandenong skip away with the breeze in the first quarter to a 13-point lead at quarter time. But Preston had a very good 2nd quarter. They kicked 5 goals into the breeze, and whilst they were at one stage 18 points down, they drew level, and Dandenong got the last goal, and they now lead by 8 points. The goal kickers so far for Dandenong, 2 each to Milligan and McKenzie, and singles to Reid and Wicks, and for Preston, 3 to Jamie Shaw and singles to Lumachisi, Marcon and Nicolau. So it was a tremendous fight back in that second half by Preston. With us is Sam Kekovich and Tony Leonard. And Sam, let's hope we've got a competitive second half here.
Well, I think we will have. Ross, I think the game's really settled down. I thought Dandenong were going to go right away with it in that first quarter when Preston didn't even use the breeze. And they skipped away to an 18-point lead. But to their credit, they weren't to be denied. And they really fought back by running and working hard. And they did work a lot harder. I mean, the stats indicate that. In Toto, I think they had some 35 possessions in that first quarter, as opposed to the second quarter, where they virtually double that.
Yes.
So I think we've certainly got a game on our hands at this point in time.
And we've had some very good players on both sides. A couple for Dandenong, Darren Reed, the Rover, and Richard Wicks, who's...
Well, Reeds and Wicks really decimated them in that first quarter, Ross, around the packs. You know, they absolutely showed a clean pair of heels to Lumachisi, Hunt, and Marcon around the packs. But to their credit, Marcon, Hunt and Lumachisi have really fought back in that second quarter and got back on top. Hall's doing a superb job in the ruck, and I believe Andy Plowman at centre-half forward's been given, you know, he's given them a target there.
Well, there's Hall. Another hit out to him as Preston go forward. Now, Prideaux.
He's done nothing wrong either, Ross.
And at the bottom is Gilder. Out to Darren Burke. Over the top towards Lacko, who's been fairly quiet at half forward. Missed an easy shot at goal. Up towards Mackenzie. Kevin Bartlett at the Shepley Oval. We don't know who he's watching. It might be Mackenzie. Lawson. Long, that's more direct from Preston. Flicked on by captain coach Jordan into the path of Marcon, but it goes a little bit too quickly, and Marshall from fullback chips in.
And gets it to his brother Justin, and Dandenong right out of trouble now. Ball goes out of bounds. We've just started the third quarter. If you've joined us, Dandenong lead by 8 points. Preston kicking with the aid of a breeze. Not as strong as it may have been at quarter time, but about, I would say, a 4-goal breeze. Hall with a nice knock down there. Wicks with the ball for Dandenong. Lawson gets the kick for Preston. Up towards centre-half forward. Knocked on then by Plowman. Tried to be picked up then by Nicolo. Can't get the ball, but I think it may be a free kick to Dandenong. It is to Burke at centre-half back.
Burke goes straight up the middle. Hall's in front. Over the back, spoiled by Mackenzie. Good play. And in they go. There's McInerney, who's been pretty quiet in for his first game. Pushing and shoving as Burke. He's first to get the ball on the ground. They're doing it hard, Dandenong. Green. Mazzocca, who's done well. Jordan, no support. He's calling for it. Where are you, he says, the captain coach. Forced to go onto his left foot, and it's a wise decision because Lumachisi is there. Can he keep it in play? Yes, Burke's late on the scene. Putting pressure on Lumachisi. Flips it out, otherwise it's holding the ball. Now McCormack over the top. Jordan. High ball at the back. Shaw couldn't mark. Lumachisi. The foot of the pack. McCormack tries to sock it away. And Preston really have lifted their game since quarter time, and they win the free kick.
Glenn Hunt with the free now for Preston. Probably a fraction too far out to score. Dummies round his man. Gee, he's gone very, very long. Here's a great chance now for Preston. Well knocked away then by Atkinson for Dandenong. The ball's out of bounds, but Preston right into the teeth of attack. And Sammy, I think this is going to be a very close go.
Well, it's a premiership quarter, Tony, that all-important third quarter, and both sides obviously realise it.
Green and Jordan doing battle, but once again they're going to win it out. And Reed, best man on the ground, kicks Dandenong out of attack. Wicks can't get the ball, knocked out of bounds on the centre wing. Perhaps Preston slightly in front, slightly forward of centre.
Gee, Sam, that's the earliest nomination for man of the match I've heard, just after half-time.
Yes, well, he tends to railroad the show a little bit, Tony, but we'll settle down.
Sam, this is a rarity. I get to be in such elite company. Here's a chance now for Lacko. He can't pick the ball up. Soccers it right and high. It will bring rain, very much like that rugby test you're watching at the moment. Gets the ball now, Mazzocca. Ball finds its way back from Murray. Hunt with the ball now. Lawson tries to pick it up. Well done then by Dandenong. They've come through well here. Murray with the ball in the centre. On the lead now is Milligan. Can he get the ball? Not quite. Crowd don't like it. Lawson's got the football. Handball's out to Prideaux. Prideaux at half back. Kicks the ball in, and leading in the race was Gillard. Can Gillard get the ball? No, he can't. Gee, that's good battling then by Dandenong's Marshall. Marshall battles very well and goes out of bounds.
Certainly played in fine spirits, Tony, the game, and a feature of the game has certainly been the tackling and the desperation on both sides. Been great stuff.
Right in front of us is the throw-in. Green wins a tap. There haven't been many. Prideaux on the left boot. But that's into the social club. We're in front of the social club here at Shepley Oval.
You would say, Tony, that was indiscriminately just dropped on the foot and blasted away?
I wouldn't say that, Sam, but I take your point.
Mazzocca intercepts Atkinson's penalty kick. And certainly the Bull Ants have much more purpose about them. Up towards captain coach Neil Jordan, quickly over Valkanis, a shot on goal. The defender on the left foot. There's no one there. Will it bounce through? Oh, not quite. Hits the post. But a bit more run there for Lansam.
My word, they're running from the fence and they're kicking the ball long, and the value of a long kick we just witnessed there. Unfortunately for Preston's sake and Valkanis' sake, it hit the post.
Dandenong by 7 points. And the ball goes out of bounds with Preston into attack.
There's Joe Lumachisi, who's lifted his game. He's a state squad member, Bull Ant Rover. Down goes Green, no kick, no free kick, I should say. Oh, another off the air shot from Jordan, and it went the prescribed 10 metres, marked by Gilder. Don't know if he's of Dutch origin. Reed, another possession. Bit of pace shown here by Atkinson. Long, looking for Mackenzie. Oh, and too strong, just physically too strong. Quickly to Lacko. Into the pocket. This is Todd playing his first game. Oh, good tackle on him. And the boundary umpire says it's over. You have the good view of it.
Great tackle. Great tackle by Hunt.
7 points in front, Dandenong at the moment. Hall, who's done very, very well in the ruck today for Preston. G out bustled then by Mackenzie. Knight with the ball. Ball running up towards the point post, and it'll be run out of bounds then by McInerney for Preston. Right against the point post with Dandenong into attack. 7 points in front, 5 minutes into the third quarter.
McInerney, Paul, had a quiet debut. Number 21, there he is, just running across the back of the pack in defence. 4 possessions. He'll be hoping for a better second half. Mackenzie just misjudged his leap. Flipped out by Prideaux. In comes Knight. Oh, beautiful twist and turn. And another. Feeds it off to Todd from the angle. Oh, brilliant goal from Dandenong's Brian Todd. With a breeze blowing from left to right, he's threaded that through. And it was a very classy goal. Here it is on replay. Good work from Knight.
Yes, Knight did well, farming the hand pass out to Todd in the right position, and wasn't that a superb goal? Made light of the elements then, Tony.
He did, and a good goal by Dandenong into the breeze. Very similar to the first quarter. 13 points in front. Kicked off the ground, off the pack by Lumachisi. Jordan leading in the race to the ball, but coming out well as Marshall, the fullback for Dandenong. And gee, he's done everything so well today. Gets the ball to Green. Green tries to beat Hunt. He can over the head of Wicks, but running through well now then is McCormick. McCormick gets the ball to Dandenong into attack, and a good mark to Mackenzie. Gee, he's certainly showing out.
Bit of vice-like grip, hasn't he, Tony, when he clamps those big hands around the ball.
5th mark for Mackenzie today. 40 metres out, perhaps 35, kicking into the breeze, but I think he'll give us a real fright. Mackenzie. Going to be just slightly off target and through to 1 point to Dandenong. But it's a pretty handy lead, 14 points, Sam, 7 minutes in.
When you consider the trend of the game, yes, 14 points is quite a good lead. Although I just feel that no side's been able to really grab this game by the scruff of the neck, and it's certainly there for the taking.
There's Milligan attempting to take the mark. Back live now. Loose ball for Justin Marshall, who's done quite well at half-back. Lacko underneath at 19, and Reed leaves it for Reed. And away goes the Rover. Not a good kick, though. It's coming in from the side as McInerney. Oh, he's been paid it. The Dandenong supporters don't agree.
Mark to McInerney at half-back for Preston. Ball on the grandstand wing at the moment. Yeah, perhaps not a mark. Mark on with the ball now. Dodging and weaving. Drives the Bull Ants into attack. Jamie Shaw out in front of his man Marshall, but Marshall, safety first, knocks the ball away.
A great player, Russell Marshall. I really do admire this guy. I think he's got a great football brain and tremendous ability to support it.
Yes, he was in Phil Cleary's state squad, and of course the VFA squad is up in Canberra now, and they're playing the ACT tomorrow. Now, Preston in attack. Jordan tries to get the quick kick. Here's Lumachisi. The foot in goes by Marshall. He couldn't get away. The defender, Justin Marshall. And what a healthy crowd here at Dandenong. Now Green has got the front position. In from the back comes Jordan. Oh, well done. Tapped it beautifully. On from interchanges Galafaro. Down he goes. Dandenong under pressure. McCormack tackled by 3 to Bullants. Finally cleared by Gilder. Reid will have to fly. Well punched away by Hall. Into the corridor. Good play. And they're going to get a free kick. It's your mate Mazzocca. He's done quite well, hasn't he?
Done very well, Ross, since he's come on.
And Mazzocca with the free on centre wing, about to drive Preston into attack. Goes in short, the big Jamie Shaw. And the Spider puts up the big tentacles and takes the grab, Sam. And that's what he's got to do. He's got to lead and be in front at all times.
And don't the Preston supporters love it? And how often do we see it? The small brigade chip and run to Shaw. And as you see, so truly called it.
Remember where it is, Jack?
All that needs to be done now is the conversion.
Shaw with the ball. He snuck it in all right. 4th goal to Jamie Shaw. And Preston edged that bit closer, back to 8 points. It's Dandenong 52, leading Preston 44. And that Bulland supporters certainly loved that one.
Yes, it was an intelligent kick. Shaw led very, very well. And the ball was placed superbly for him.
Just snuck in, Sam.
Yes, he's playing well, Shaw. He's kicked 4 goals after a slow start. I was a bit concerned with his contesting in that first quarter, but certainly he's lifted a notch.
Actually, Sam, just that word I use in, snuck, is that a correct word?
No, I don't think it is. Peter G says sneaked.
You can't stick your legs up.
Well, he's not here. Perhaps we'll use snuck. Anyway, here's a man who's played well. Hall dominated the ruck.
I know a few words that rhyme with it. But
Shaw couldn't mark. Lumacini's got away. Oh, he's tackled without the ball. No free. Shaw in trouble. Number 5 can he get? Oh, held it for an eternity. No free kick. And Gilder clears it for the Redlegs up to centre wing. It's all Preston in the form of McInerney. He must have heard what we said because he's lifted. Goes direct. They're looking better, the Bullants. Where's Shaw? It's Nicolo flying. At the bottom is Marshall. He clears to the defensive side. Lacko in the front. Can't keep it in.
yes, when you've got your tall players playing well, especially guys like Shaw, who've got marking prowess, it puts the defence under a lot of pressure when they're continually bombarding that ball in long. You can see Dandenong are a bit 6s and 7s at the moment.
Ball thrown in. Still pretty congested in there. Neil Jordan battles hard. Hunt on the bottom of the pack.
It was a bounce, it was a bounce. Keep him off the shoulder.
And the umpire explaining that it was going to be a bounce. And didn't hear him to hang on, but he's gone towards Jamie Shaw in front. Well tackled then by Marshall. Nicolau with the run of the ball. Hotly pressed. Gets it to Marcon. Well done, Russell Marshall. And going to clear the ball for Dandenong.
The fullback gets it to centre wing. His target is Todd, but it bounces off his knee. Goes to the Bullants and loose is Prideaux. Prideaux a chance. And perhaps he too could have done better.
And to some disgusted Bulland supporter said, saw your leg off, mate.
Yes, well, they too. They're very, very fickle football supporters, aren't they, Tony? Well, that Prideaux's done very, very well in that last line.
Gilder the kick in. Green is pushed off the ball. Lacko in the end was the only one to go for it.
Cut it out.
There's Burke and
Settle down.
exchanging words. Oh, Murray comes in. A beautiful shot of that mark from Nick Murray. He's run off the line, called to play on. Almost had his kick smothered. And here's Wicks. Been a little bit quieter. Had a brilliant first term. Wide looking for Knight. He's left it for Milligan. Knight trying to run onto the ball. Todd's with him. But the Bullants get numbers back.
I'll have it.
And you could hear the Dandenong supporters saying ball, but there's no way that was going to be paid. 30 metres out from goal.
Dandenong into attack. Midway during the third quarter. Mackenzie grabs the ball from the ruck. Tries to do a bit too much. Gets the ball to Reid. Reid, nice handball into Milligan. Milligan tries to dodge one. Can't get it away. Murray with a nice handball. But they've done very well here, Preston, through McInerney, and they get out of trouble with the long, long kick. Plowman with a lovely knock on. Gee, Nicolau's got a lot of pace. He's got a chance to kick the ball. It bounces up nicely. He's going to swing around onto the right foot. Goes towards goal. Looks very, very close. It's home. Second goal to Niccolo, and Preston moved to within 1 point of Dandenong 14 minutes into the third quarter.
And how impressively they did it, Tony, from the last line of defence. Intercepted the ball.
Just the one kick.
Yes, the one long kick. There's just no substitute for it, is it? And you can see the space. You give your forwards on a one-on-one opportunity. 9 times out of 10 they'll win because they're classier players, Tony.
Well, by the excitement in Tony Leonard's voice there, Sam, I wouldn't be surprised if you got a bit of money on the Bull Ants. Perhaps he just wants to see a close game, and we know that Preston have had a number of those.
Yes, well, you couldn't get much closer than what we've got at this point in time.
Just fractionally you could. Anyway, there's Hall, wins another tap. Mark on.
Good tackle!
Got rid of the ball. Hunt there in support. Flipped it out to Plowman. On the left foot, long. Well, Shaw just waited a moment, and here comes Russell Marshall, relieving the pressure. Loves to run with the footy. Out to centre wing to Todd. Oh, dropped it. Saw that man coming in, Valkanis, who was held. Todd fights on well and holds it up.
Certainly gone up a notch, the standard of play, Ross, hasn't it, in these difficult and trying conditions.
Strong wind blowing to the right of screen.
Dandenong marginally in attack. They lead by a point at the moment.
Holding the ball.
Contested again. The umpire disagrees with you, Sam, and he's going to bounce it up.
Well, it's a poor decision.
Who should have been freed then, Sam?
Well, there should have been a Preston free kick. The Dandenong player tried to take on the Preston player.
And Mackenzie gets the free then.
That's it, stay there!
It's centre wing at the moment. Dandenong slightly into attack. He centred the ball looking for some high flyers. Preston with plenty of players there. They're going to get out through Lawson. Lawson with a nice handball to Valkanis. Valkanis with a beautiful long kick down, but Marshall backing his judgment. Well picked up then by Neil Jordan.
Too high.
Umpire said too high.
Back here comes Spider.
And it's a free kick to Burke.
Back around.
Darren Burke. And umpire Fallett not happy with
Behind his mark.
And it's,
the man.
It's Jamie Shaw masquerading as Neil Jordan. I beg your pardon then, Ross.
Well, they've both got long hair. And they're tall. And they're playing in attack. Oh, a bit of a push against McInerney. Flipped out by Milligan. To Lacko.
Touch, player.
Beautiful touch kick. No mark, it's called. Prideaux. Oh, he's given it to Murray. But he's well tackled. Here comes Owen. Can he relieve the pressure? Lacko rides him into the ground, and Owen will get the free kick. So, not much movement. There's a lead into the middle from Hunt, but Owen will go long. Out here is Plowman with Hall. Big pack. Well roved by Sob Burke. Oh, and a courageous mark taken by Glenn Hunt, and that hurt him.
Hunt, wobbly old, kicked the ball in towards the centre of the ground, but bounce favours Preston at the moment. Did very, very well, Darren Burke then, but Niccolo picks the ball up, swings onto the left, but well charged down then by Knight. Reid off the ground, and ball goes out of bounds. Almost just a fraction too far then, Darren Reid. But it's Dandenong by 1 point, 17 minutes into the third quarter. And Preston, who looked like they were going to get a flogging at quarter time, have fought right back.
26 possessions to Darren Reid. What a good game. Flipped out. Oh,
That's a throw.
well, you saw it.
No, I'm not.
Sammy, you're either puckering up for a kiss or you didn't like the decision, one of the two.
Well, I'd like to see it again, actually, Tony. I thought it was a little bit dubious.
I
I
might
thought
be
he
with you.
knocked it out.
Now Jordan has found space. An awkward but distinctive style of kick. Up to Shaw. He's being well pressured. Lacko, who's come into defence from attack, doing a lot of work. Marshall had it and looked up momentarily and lost
You're
his
right,
grip.
Ross. Took his eyes off the ball at the crucial stage.
Well, he may have had some angry bull ant bearing down on him.
And Paul, if you'd like to put in the stats, his first mistake all day, if there's a column for that. Reid with the football now. Drives the ball in towards centre half forward, looking for Milligan. It's going to be Milligan and McInerney. The ball knocked on now. Mackenzie leading with Pritchard. Pritchard leading Mackenzie at the moment. Ball's found its way into Mackenzie's hands. Nice handball then to Todd. Todd can't pick it up. McInerney can't. Lawson with the ball, takes it down, backs his judgment, and away he goes. Craig Lawson. But he's called play on, and he's going to get knocked off for holding the ball. Not 10, says the umpire. Pritchard with a handball towards the boundary line. Lumachisi tries to pick the ball up, and once again the Preston little men doing very, very well. Plenty of runners there, Preston, at the moment, but Reid tries to get the ball. He's dragged down. Lawson, about his 4th touch in a minute. And it's pretty scrambly stuff at the moment as the ball goes out of bounds, but the margin is still only 1 point in favour of Dandenong.
Some poor handball being affected out there, Tony. Given to players that are flat-footed, no momentum.
Oh, Hall another tap. He's doing really well. Burke intercepts. Dandenong by 1 point and kicking into the breeze.
A lot of character, Preston, haven't they?
They certainly have, playing with great spirit, Sam. Lawson. Centering kick. Jordan couldn't mark. Loose ball. It's all Dandenong at the back. Taking it a bit too easy. Gilder pushed off the ball as he kicked.
Great pressure by Markon.
You got it.
Yes.
Don't play until I tell you to.
Niccolo down behind play. It looks like he's landed awkwardly. Just getting to his feet now.
20 minutes gone. Now the kick. Will a shot on goal be tried, or will it be a short one into the middle? It's Jamie Shaw. He's kicked 4 goals for a season tally of 37, and Neil Jordan is clear what Shaw should do, and that is have a ping. Certainly within range. See the goal line. High ball allows for the breeze. Just a touch, well, not enough, because it's blown to the right of the goal post. Fair attempt from Jamie Shaw.
Yes, and Dandenong, not that they're panicking, but they've revamped their forward line to get a little bit more potency up there, putting McKenzie at full forward, being Milligan roaming across the half-forward line.
Scores level for the 3rd time. We're in the 3rd quarter. Oh, and there's that man, Marshall, Russell Marshall at full-back.
That's it, stay there.
And he's had a very good duel with Jamie Shaw. Marshall, nice kick out, looking towards Reed. What a nice mark, rode it beautifully, and Dandenong with plenty of runners now on to Lacko. Lacko goes towards full forward. Milligan caught behind this stage, and a good mark should have, no, it wasn't paid. Play on's the call as Pritchard battling very, very well and gets the free kick, Pritchard.
Good umpiring.
Pritchard, all on his own now is Lumachisi. Goes back, goes forward, goes this way, goes that way, handballs it out now to Glenn Hunt, who doesn't really go anywhere, and he's going to be knocked off for dropping the ball.
Well, that's terrible play, all right. You know, Hunt got caught, but Lumachisi, what a disgraceful option to opt for.
McCormack kicks forward. McKenzie might have been held then. In comes McInerney, who's lifted in his first game. He's gone down. Flicks it out, hauls in, great bother. Murray is there. So too McKenzie. He hasn't got it. Lawson tackle. There's a good tackle on Valkanis, and he is penalised.
Well, they could have easily got a couple before then.
Lacko and Lawson, they could, Sam. Listen what they say. I think umpire Steadman missed a couple there, exchanges. Well, there certainly was some pressure there. Perhaps some of these players could take a trip up into those Dandenong Rangers in the background tomorrow, just calm the nerves. Lacko scores level here. 23 minutes gone. It's Marshall. It's Atkinson, and he's not got the distance. 2 Preston players fly. And Valkanis and Pritchard. And Dandenong edge ahead by 1 point.
5 metres there.
A point in front, Dandenong getting towards time on. Mazzocca with the mark, and he's going to run on. Runs his full quota on the right foot, and 2 kicks there into attack. Can Shaw get the ball? He can't. Burke can for Dandenong. Handballs it out. Marcon's got the ball now. Running really well. Beautifully tackled, and he's going to be penalised. And the second time the little men from Preston have been penalised for that same thing in the last minute. And the free kick goes to Knight. Knight for Dandenong. Looking for Milligan, who's up in front of McInerney then. Drops what he should have taken, and McInerney keeps the ball in play, but only kicks it as far as Knight again. Knight tries to get around Hunt, well tackled, but he's still found his Dandenong teammate. Pretty scrambly stuff at the moment towards the centre wing. Hunt with a nice kick, but unfortunately only goes as far as Wicks. Wicks with a handball then, back to Thiel. Thiel now to Gilder. Gilder, nice handball, and Dandenong out of trouble once again, but leading is Owen. Should get the mark over the shoulder. Play on still the call, but Owen battling really, really well. Does well, grabbed by Murray when he's not in possession. Ball goes towards the boundary line. That was a very good, tough play by both players then, Sam.
Superb, tough, desperate stuff.
And I know that one person in the box is definitely barracking from Preston. It's not Tony Leonard, it's not Sam Kikovich. Aidan Timmy's here, but it's not him, it's our statistician, Paul Field. But he's admiring the spirit shown by Preston. There's Paul, 43.
Tell you who would be enjoying the game. Both Kevin Hughes and Grant Smith, that dynamic Williamstown duo, the mine hosts of the Victorian Hotel. They'll be watching it keenly.
McCormack out of the pack. Mazzocca pounces on it. He's got Niccolo loose at half forward. He'll run with it. Chip pass for Jordan. Quickly onto Boot. Up towards the goal mouth, but there is Wicks. Sitter lets in Lumachisi. That's a very bad mistake. And Preston are in front as we hit time on.
Well, I think the pitch will tell the story here. What could you say about this?
Well, you'll have to play well to win the
Jordan
match now.
Clever kick in the square. Well, I'm sure he'll try and erase that part of the video if the club do purchase one. I'm sure they will. Richard Wicks, it's just nightmarish when that does happen. It's happened to every player, but Lumachisi is quick to seize the opportunity and put Preston in front.
Hall with another tap down. Lumachisi really starting to lift his game now. Well tackled then by Jordan. Marcon battling hard. He was grabbed when he didn't have an umpire. And it's a free kick to Marcon.
Well, Tony, they're starting to win the ball out of the middle and they're kicking long through the corridor. They're not wasting opportunity by fritting it out wide.
And Adrian Marcon already kicked one goal.
Round you go, right in front. Thank you.
Lining up from 30 metres out directly in front. And he just should kick this Adrian Marcon. It's Preston by 5 points as we start time on in the third quarter. Their biggest lead all day. Marcon comes in, allows for the bruise, brings it back beautifully, Adrian Marcon. Full points to the Bull Ants, and they run to an 11-point lead.
Well, who would have predicted this, Tony, after that initial 30 minutes of the opening quarter when they looked so lacklustre with the aid of a strong breeze? They didn't look like scoring a goal. And what a transformed side they've been since quarter time. Become desperate. They've won the ball out of the centre. They're running players who would have had 3 or 4 possessions for the entire first quarter. Have all of a sudden got about 30 or 40 between them, and they're completely controlling the game.
There's Neil Jordan, who may be hurt. He's sitting at full forward. Meantime, Dandenong through Reid. In comes Atkinson at the bottom of the pack. Knight. Look at the pressure. Oh, quick hands from Milligan. Atkinson a chance. Chased by Plowman, and now Lumachisi. High ball. Where's Mackenzie? There he is at the back, pushing and shoving. Oh, nice little touch from Murray to Mackenzie. And a quick reply from Dandenong. And they needed that one, just their second goal in this term. 5 points the margin.
Gee, they're all hard-fought games, aren't they? The pressure exerted out there is enormous.
And
you know, both disciplined sides.
What's this lovely little touch from Murray? Back to Mackenzie, who kicks his third goal. So
we've certainly got a ball game, haven't we, on our hands?
We have.
Tony, a prediction?
Oh, a bit early. Let him think about it over three-quarter time. So that's a bit
I'll do what they've got to say at three-quarter time, Sam, but I think you like Preston a little bit. Reid with a nice handball out to Burke. Gee, it should be a free to Atkinson. He was held then, but Lawson, who's had a very good third quarter, gets the Bull Ants out of trouble. Almost a good mark then to Plowman. Plowman gets the ball over. Gee, it's holding the man to Mazzocca, I would have thought. Reid once again, nice kick from Darren Reid. He's had a beaut game and gets the ball over then to Atkinson. Atkinson will have to kick it quickly. He certainly does. Owen over his head, but it's going to find its way back to him. He wheels back towards the boundary line, gets the ball to Lawson. And Craig Lawson had a lot of possessions, goes across goal. That could be dangerous, but they've got plenty of men out there, and Lumachisi's one of them.
And Lumachisi feeds it off. It's McInerney back into the middle. Good vision. Prideaux is loose. He should go long. He gets around a man in Marshall and goes long, slightly off centre towards Shaw. Didn't bring it down. In goes Marcon. Left it behind and having to do the work, the cleaning up work at the back is Gilder, but he hasn't done it well because he kicked it straight to Prideaux. Now, what was he trying to do? I don't know. Against Reid. Prideaux into the corridor. Jordan will fly. He punches away. Good pressure from the Bull Ants forwards. I think the umpire will have to bounce that one. Umpire Snedden.
Spread it out.
28 minutes gone of the third quarter here at Shepley Oval, Dandenong, with Dandenong trailing by 5 points, but they have the breeze in the last quarter. Preston would love another goal right now, and they may get it. No, they won't. Well, three-quarter time here at Shepley Oval with Preston leading by 5 points in a very entertaining game. The goal kickers for Preston, Shaw has 4 and 2 each to Lumachisi, Marcon and Nicolo. And for Dandenong, McKenzie has 3, Milligan 2 and singles to Todd, Reid and Wicks. So a 5-point lead to the Bull Ants in the match of the day.
You pointed out his stats.
Perhaps his mother was listening. Now paddled out by Hall. Plowman is in there.
Drop the ball, you dived on it.
Well, that's a tough one. Marshall penalised. And the
And
kick taken by King, who's playing his first match, to Marcon.
you're holding him.
Oh, dear.
You're dragging him off.
They are both holding each other. Well, the penalty is against Gilder.
Back on your mark.
11 points. Marcon's kicked 3 goals, possibly 2 far out to score. And the wind just momentarily dropping.
On.
Marcon gets around his man Gilder. High one. Plowman's at the back. In good position. Oh, and fakes an uncontested chest mark.
Well, his eyes never left the flight of the ball, Ross. And the Dandenong defence, I've got no idea what they were doing then. They got completely confused or lost the flight of the ball. But certainly this guy never. And he has played a good game, Andy Plowman.
And he kicks the goal, does Andy Plowman, and that takes the margin out to 17 points. And perhaps Preston are being favoured by the weather conditions because Tony Leonard, the wind has dropped, hasn't it?
It certainly has, Ross. It's a bit of a fluky breeze. It may just spring up for a couple of minutes, but it's certainly not as strong as what it was in the first quarter. And Sam, I'd just like to echo your sentiments. Even though Plowman, it may not be showing up as stats, but he has been very, very important player for them with knock-ons and just the hard work up forward.
That's what wins games, Tony. The knock-ons, putting the body in, giving contest.
Preston with their biggest lead, 17 points in front, but Dandenong do have the breeze. McCormick off the ground, but unfortunately finds Craig Lawson at centre half back, who's played very well since half-time, Craig Lawson. Lawson looking towards his big man Hall, can't be marked. Burke's got the ball, gets it to Burke. I'm not wrong, both Darren Burke's in, swings onto his left foot. But once again, Preston in front there. Oh, big grab by McKenzie. Murray, I beg your pardon. And with this breeze, Sam, I would think that he would be well within scoring range, even though he's going to kick from about 48 metres. Murray with a chance to bring Dandenong back to within 11 points of Preston. Nice long kick. I think it might have just snuck in there. It certainly has. Oh boy, that was a close call. Well done, Nick Murray. A goal to Dandenong, and they're back within 11 points now. Preston 12-4, 76 to Dandenong, 9-11, 65, Sam. And going to be goal for goal, I would think. No side looks like being able to string 4 or 5 together.
No, it's a badly needed goal, and they've revamped their forward line. They've got Milligan off the ground now, Dandenong. McKenzie at full forward. And at centre half forward, they're playing Warwick Green.
Ball goes up. Favours Green in the bounce, but Hall knocks it back then. Once again, Dandenong with a chance now. Wicks leading in the race for the ball. Villakanis back with him, but Wicks with too much pace. Ball knocked towards the boundary line, and it goes out on centre wing.
And to Alan Pridmore, our producer, and Peter G, who are down at the Otway Rangers covering the Otway Classic. If you're sitting in the Apollo Bay Hotel in the bar enjoying it, let's hope you are indeed. I wonder who you're supporting. Warwick Green. Darren Reid. Oh, he's caught with it. Not penalised. Lawson goes in hard. And the boys are turning it on in this last quarter. And so are the supporters. Big crowd here at the Shepley Oval. And the Redlegs in attack. 11 points the difference. Green up high, but too early. Brilliantly done from Hall to Hunt. Second grab. Oh, Burke took on a turn to get rid of it. Over to Justin Marshall. Just kept it in. Into the pocket it goes. and it's marked by Pritchard.
He's played a super game too, Pritchard, Ross. He's done very little wrong back there, even though Mackenzie's got away from him a couple of times and Milligan in that first quarter.
Pritchard, nice kick, big leap by Hall. Ball on the ground once more. Hunt once again, he's thrown his body in, and the umpire has said, I'll have it. 11 points in front, Preston. 5 minutes into the last quarter here. 12-4 to 9-11. Ball goes up. Mackenzie can't get a decisive knock. McCormick at the base of the pack. Craig Lawson with the kick. Bad bounce for Marcon. Plowman knocks the ball over. Can Marcon pick it up? Dandenong's there first. Too many Dandenong players. Gee, overrun. Here's a very good chance now. Back to Plowman for Preston. Goes in towards the centre forward position. Trying to find Jamie Shaw. But Darren Burke too good for him. And he gets 50 metres for running over the mark, Nicolo.
Oh, that's bad. Can't afford that.
You're not going anywhere until I tell you.
Umpire Fallett giving the instruction.
Run 10 metres over the mark, it's instant 50. I don't have to. If you run 10 metres... If you run 10 metres over, it's instant 50.
Umpire Fallett and Nicolo exchanging words, explaining the decision. Meantime, it's Dandenong in attack. McCormack being reasonably quiet. Good tackle to Machizi, loses it. Mazzocca. McCormack's in trouble. Down he goes. The Bull Ants tackling well. Reid loves to get on the left foot. He does so. Screwing it back. And Atkinson marks. Just found some space. He's on a difficult angle.
Thank you.
And the breeze will assist him because it's blowing from right to left across his body.
Calm down now. Can I explain it to you?
And it blows just a little bit too far to the left of the goalpost. Let's hear what the umpire says.
You don't even have to get asked to come back.
And Nicolo's still very disappointed with that decision, but they got out of it lightly, Preston. A 50-metre penalty, kicking with this breeze, Sam.
I totally agree with you, Tony.
Ball comes in. Big rise then by Mackenzie. Knocks the ball out well. Wicks jumps over Villicanes. He's tackled. I think he's going to be freed. He's played over. Now he's going to ball it up.
No chance, said the umpire.
She's been a feature of this game, the tackling, especially since half-time.
Horland goes up with Green. There's Hunt putting the pressure on. Has he got his hand in the back? Yes, of the Dandenong player. Just pushed him into the ground, and umpire Steadden awards a free kick.
That's your mark.
To Wicks. There's Green making a lead. Now Wicks, 17th possession. Brilliant first quarter, a bit quiet since then, and a bad mistake. The shot at goal won't quite get the distance. Oh, Big Green is there. Warwick Green. Now, Sam, do you think he's playing at full forward because he's been getting a bath in the ruck?
No, he was at centre-half, Ross, at this quarter. Unless they've just switched and put Mackenzie back to centre-half forward. And I think Mackenzie's a better player at centre-half forward where he relishes a bit of room to run around and utilise his leap. He's a little bit hamstrung at full forward.
11th possession for Greeny. Bananas at it goal.
All clear.
And is successful. So back to 4 points. Dandenong trail, but they've got a bit of a run on.
Yes, I think you might be right. He might be stationed in that full forward position. And the obvious policy is going to be drive it long to him because he has got a good set of hands.
So very well done, Warwick Green. Not many possessions, beaten in the ruck, but a good mark, and
The margin 4 points.
the margin is 4 points. We're all feeling the excitement here at Shepley Oval. Fisted forward by Gottliebson. He came on last TV match and did well. Through comes Reid. But in the way Lawson, the pressure on the Bull Ants. Out to Prideaux, takes the mark. Oh, could be 50.
50 metres.
Oh, I'd suggest that Prideaux was off.
Steady down, settle down.
I would have paid that holding the ball.
Settle down,
But then
Preston.
again, I am a mere layman, Anthony, aren't I?
Sam, you are never a mere anything.
Back into the ground.
Layperson, the least of them. Here's a chance now. Deep into attack. Jordan at the back of the pack really was giving away a free kick. Goes to King. The ball's knocked out. Back to Lumachese. Screws it over his shoulder, but he's just missed. Oh, anything could have happened then. 1 point to Preston. They lead by 5. We're 10 minutes into the last quarter, Sam.
It's just exciting stuff, Tony.
I think we're going to have another 1-point win to either side, Preston winning or losing. They've had so many like this year, I think 3 of them.
It's almost a Hitchcock script, isn't it, Tone?
And I'm certainly not going to stick my neck out to say who's going to win.
Gilder kicks in. Fisted away McInerney. Mazzocco, well done, into the path of Shaw. Can he get the distance into the breeze? At the back is Plowman. He pushes that opponent aside, but Marshall is strong. The full-back switches play. Has a lead from Lacko, who got space, got away from Prideaux. Lacko looking into the centre, but he chooses to go along the boundary line towards Murray. Got first grab, hotly pressured. Atkinson loses it to Lawson. And the field kicking's improved. Sloppy early, that's a bad one though. Darren Burke onto his left foot. Oh, a bit of a push and a shove, fisted away. At the back it's Hall, he's mobile for a big man. And he goes wide to Prideaux, who will run on with it. May have a bounce. He's run his full 10 metres. Awkward looking kick towards Shaw. Marshall attacked the ball brilliantly. Russell Marshall, that is fabulous. On the overlap is Knight, but he ignores him and goes wide to Reid at half forward. He will run onto his left foot. Nothing surer. And what's happened, umpire Fallon has found some free kick. They've lost it.
Well, oh boy, Sam. A few free.
Well, I was just about to comment. They've done a superb job, the umpires. I hope they don't mar their performance now in these tense last moments of the game.
The ball goes back to
being
Reid.
a bit Touchwood.
Just reminds me of Pat Flaherty too a little bit. Reid goes long in towards goal, but he's off target. Only 1 point then to Darren Reid. His 35th possession.
Paul's run out of cardboard. He'll have to turn it over. He only gets to 35.
Just keep showing the fingers, Paul. 4 points the difference. Dandenong trailing 13 minutes in.
Oh, it's a thriller. 4th place Dandenong against 11th placed Preston. Could be an upset. Lacko with Prideaux. Lacko's under pressure. Did he manage to keep that in without giving away a free kick? He's been put down rather heavily. It's out on the full. No, it's not. Out when he kicked it. Thank you. Well, we've got a very keen statistician. He knows what's going on. Now, Mackenzie beaten by Hall, who came from behind. Valkanis put the fist in. Dangerous, it's in front of Dandenong's goal, but Nicolo lifted the elbows. He saw the charge coming and is caught holding the ball. Now, long kick by Darren Burke, but he's astray. And they're missing a few opportunities, aren't they, Sam? 3 points the margin.
Yes.
Hang on.
Just seemed to not take enough time then.
It's only a matter of time, I think, if they keep persisting, that they'll finally break through.
McInerney looking for Jordan. Marcon runs onto the ball. Well done, Adrian Marcon. Kept it in very, very well. The ball is still in. Marshall with the ball now. Well tackled by Marcon to Mazzocca. Mazzocca handballs to no one in particular except the opposition, Justin Marshall. And Justin Marshall fires Dandenong right into attack. And a play on is the call. Prideaux leading in the race. He has had a good game for Preston today. And they're out of trouble once again. Good kick then over, missed by the Preston player, and Gilder runs it out of bounds.
Adrian Marcon, isn't he a great player? Probably be the best tackler in VFA football.
Paid the deliberate, controversial stuff. Here's a chance now. Preston with the run on now through Nicolo. Nicolo, the ball going right in towards goal, across the face of goal. Leading in the run is King. Pushed out then and did it very, very nicely, Justin Marshall. Justin Marshall, rough old handball, doesn't find Thiel. Oh, Neil Jordan gets one very, very high. And Neil Jordan only 30 metres out on a tight angle. Then with all due respect to Neil Jordan's kicking ability, I wouldn't put him down to put this one through, Sam.
No, he's not the most conventional kick, but aren't there some tired boys out there, Tony? You just saw them drop their heads. Well, the game's been played at a furious pace, so you can understand them being a bit tired. I think fitness is going to play a role in this.
No low percentage from Jordan. Goes in towards goal. Very vital kick. Can he get the distance? Going to find its way into about the square. Up high, knocked down. At the back is Lumachese. Shoots it over his shoulder. What a goal! He's roared it in. Joey Lumachese, well done. What a great snap over the shoulder, Sam. And you're right, since quarter time, he has been in everything.
He's been devastating, and what a superb forward pocket Rovers goal this. He was had the kick from Jordan floating across the teeth of goal. The big pack sets themselves. The inevitable loose ball finds the deck, and who's there? Joe Lumachese, and what a superb snap.
Right at the foot of the pack.
Tony, we've got a thriller on our hands.
Third goal to Lumachese, and Preston with that 9-point lead. Through comes Mazzocca. Bad bounce. Justin Marshall. Oh, he chose to kick off the ground. It might come unstuck. Lumachese was lurking there. Cleared by Burke. But where to? Hall shows courage. Back into the pack. Lawson flips it out. They're playing confidently, the Bull Ants. Marcon. Too much pace and support. Lawson. Jordan's loose at half forward. The hand pass was bad. Jordan throws it out. The umpire couldn't see it. And throwing himself at the ball is Glenn Hunt. But I must say it's good to have a nice close game. Bit of a heart, that man feeling for his heart.
Yeah.
Must be a Dandy supporter.
Ball thrown in, taken from the ruck from Neil Jordan. And the umpire has claimed an infringement. I would have thought play on then, Sam. Oh, it's a good ruck duel then.
I totally agree.
Gottliebson on half-back. Kicks Dandenong into attack. At the back then was Murray, couldn't take it. Owen can for Preston, and he's going to keep it safe. Not safe enough. Out on the full, and Dandenong with the free kick, centre wing. We're 17 minutes into the last quarter here, and Preston lead by 9 points, but Dandenong still have a breeze.
Atkinson allows the wind to do the work. Is Green there again? Oh, Mackenzie flew high. But at the bottom, being safe and sound, is McInerney. Oh, and good mark to Darren Burke. Sobs Burke, son of Brian. That's his nickname, Sobs. Big kick. Can Mackenzie fly and take a screamer? Oh, loose is, I think it's Murray. And it's rushed through for a minor score. I think he's 8 points to the margin. We've had about 19 minutes of the final quarter here at Dandenong.
Prediction yet, Tony?
I will stick my neck out. I think Preston might hang on.
Ross?
Oh, give me a minute, Sam. Marshall. Oh, he didn't mark that, did he? Second grab. But it came off someone else's hands. Anyway, it's been paid. Russell Marshall. And on the mark, the Bull Ant coach, Neil Jordan. Marshall kicks. It's wide. It's kicked like a defender because he didn't allow the forwards to run out in front of goal. Bad position, wasn't it, Sam?
Yes, you're right, Ross.
But Dandenong deep into attack. 20-minute mark. Preston lead by 7 points. Green with a lovely knockout. Can McCormick get it? He can't. Lacko has a snap over his shoulder. Oh, he's roared it in too. The margin's 1 point again.
This game's had everything. Tony, what two miracle goals.
Second goal to Andrew Lacko. Very nice snap over the shoulder. Back to 2 points. I beg your pardon. Oh, boy. As soon as I say Preston, his 19th possession. And
very well here on replay. We see Warwick Green tapping the ball out.
There it is. Lacko kicks his first goal. Nice snap from the half forward.
I was seeing double when you showed me the fingers then,
sorry,
Ross.
Sam. Sorry, Tony. Oh, it's a great one. Gottliebson doing well in the ruck. That's a good move by Elshaw. Through comes Reid. Possessions in the high 30s. Can he goal? He has. He has. Darren Reid has kicked it. The umpire says goal of the day, and he puts Dandenong in front.
Well, he's done it all, and how appropriate that someone like Darren Reid should arrest the lead from Preston for his side, because he's played a superb 4 quarters of football, this lad, and what a promising player he is.
2 goals to Reid.
On that long left foot of his. Went every bit of 60 metres, Tony.
I was speaking to the third coach down here, and they've recruited him from Leongatha, I think it is, and has impressed everyone at the club. Ball goes up. Can Hall win it? No, Gottliebson with some spring in his leg. Here's a chance. He gets the ball back, and Dandenong into attack yet again. Big flyers wanted. Here's a chance now for Green, it looks like. Slightly offline, the big fella. 1 point only. But they all count.
How old is Reid? You know, Ross or Tony?
No, he's a first-year player up here, Sam, so I'd say
He's only a youngster.
20 years old, perhaps.
I think he's destined for a residence closer to the GPO. If you know what I mean, Tony. I think he's got future. I think Kevin Bartlett could even be having a look at him. Ross.
We'll never know, will we? Or will we? We may know on June the 20th. Godleipson's marked. The interchange, the ruckman. That's allowed Green to go forward. Godleipson punts for goal. The wind gets it into that dead pocket. Down goes Mackenzie. Preston have lots of work to do. Scrappy kick, not cleared. Playing for it is Reid. Over to Burke. Hasn't travelled about 10 metres. A snap by Mackenzie. Oh, miraculous if he's got it. He has by his reaction. Mackenzie kicks his 4th goal. A brilliant one over the shoulder. And it looks hard for Preston now. The lead, 11 points.
Well, that is the impossible angle, Tony. I hope you're not going to ask me to comment upon that one.
I think every picture tells a story, and here we go. Great goal then by Mackenzie. And Sam, you put me on the spot 1 minute too early because Dandenong have kicked 3 goals in the last minute and a half. We're 21.5 minutes in, 22 minutes in. Dandenong by 11 points. It's not over yet, but gee whiz, they're coming home with the breeze. Lumachisi for Preston dives him into attack. Mark-on knocked down by Gilder. Run around now. Now here's a chance for Gillard. Goes in towards goal. He's got home.
They just won't lie down, Preston, not to be denied. And what a good goal.
Brett Gillard playing his first game as well. And he'll remember that one, Sam.
Yes, and what superb play here. We missed the ball coming out of the centre. We saw there Gillard.
And that could have bounced anywhere, Sam, but straight through. And it's back to 5 points now. Dandenong by 5 points, 23 minutes in.
There's Tony Elshaw, suspended for 1 match, and what a important one to miss. Penalty free to Preston out of the middle. Perhaps it's not all over. 22.5 minutes gone, final term. The coach, Jordan, towards Hall. Couldn't bring it down. Lots of bull ants. One is Hunt. Kicks under pressure. Oh, almost taking it through is Lumachisi. Desperate times.
Oh, no, umpire. There was nothing there.
Umpire fell at free. And Wicks clears. Up towards Murray. Down they go.
Which way is he going?
He's going Preston's way. Murray can't believe it. I don't know how he picked that one out. They both went to the ground. They're both holding one another. Anyway, Owen gets the free kick.
Owen, nice short pass. Shaw can't get it. Gillard can't get it. Here's a chance now for Burke. Burke will go long for Dandenong. Waiting right at the back is McInerney. Can he get the mark off? Good mark under pressure.
Pritchard.
Pritchard.
Oh, anxious times. They've got to run. They've got to attack Preston. They've got to run the ball into the wind. Trailing by 5 points. McInerney. Marked by Mackenzie. Whips it over to Lawson. They go down behind play. Hall. Oh, he's in trouble. Tackled high. Well, umpire Snedden agreed with me. Hall's had a good game in the ruck. I thought he grabbed him perhaps by the top of the jumper in the end, but no matter. Hall chips it. Niccolo couldn't mark. Marshall. Big physical clash by Hall and Marshall. And the crowd is loving it.
Gee, this game's had everything
since quarter time.
Oh, my word. That couple of physical clashes there, Tony. It's good, isn't it?
Hard to believe it's the same game, Sam.
It's even better when you're up here, Sam, and the physical clashes on. Lumachisi, it's Dandenong by 5 points, about to start time on. Jamie Shaw.
Well, won't he raise the iron off the roofs if he can dob this?
Well, accuracy's not the problem, it's distance, and it's unmarked. Gee, that was very, very bad marking. Prideaux all on his own. I just don't know that he's any better served than though, Sam, with that kick.
No, although Prideaux can kick a ball, distance won't be the problem.
20th possession. Reid starting to warm up on the boundary line. David Prideaux, a chance to put Preston 1 point in front. 35 metres out. No trouble with the distance, no trouble with the accuracy, and Preston are back in front. A point in front, Preston, 15-5-95, Dandenong 13-16-94, and we're about to start time on.
Yes, we're in the time on period, and what a superb goal. Yes. Well, gee, they're to be commended, both sides. It's been a fabulous game of football. It's had everything. They've made nothing but the ball their object. They've thrown their bodies in. They've run hard. They've been a credit to their supporters.
The point, the difference. Who can get it out?
I'll have it.
Oh, there's McCormack. Fallett to put it down. A thriller at the Shepley Oval. And both teams throwing themselves in. There's Justin Marshall, 16. 11 Gillard, 6 Hunt. Jordan giving instructions, the captain coach.
Right at the back door there.
Hunt. Well, the tackle shouldn't be any free kick there. That'll be a cruel one. And
Just can't afford a mistake here either side. It's vital, this possession out of the middle.
look at the big pack. Gottliebsen, stolen by Jordan. Marcon and Niccolo quickly onto boot. Loose one, in comes Gillard with Marshall. Marshall gets a handball away to Justin Marshall. Centering kick finds Gottliebsen. Good kick by Marshall. That's a shocking one from Gottliebsen. Dandenong still a chance. They're a point down. In comes Valkanis, holding the ball in. Lacko trying to knock it out. Oh, that's a hard one. Dear, oh dear. Valkanis wastes no time. Niccolo is loose. Feeds it out. The running Pritchard. It's Prideaux inside the 50. The shot on goal is there. And Preston lead by 7 points. Prideaux kicks his second goal for the quarter. What a comeback from the Bull Ants. They haven't lied down. And here it is on replay.
And what a superb passage of play. Prideaux, God, he's been a good player all day. He's run his heart out from that last line of defence. He's forever giving the ball carrier an additional option by being prepared to run the length of the ground. He always hasn't been in receipt of the ball, but he puts the opposition under plenty of defence with his running. Superb play.
Tony Elshaw looking very depressed in the coach's box. Why wouldn't he be? 7 points down. We've had 28 minutes, and Shaw's got space. 29 minutes coming up. Shaw into the pocket towards Plowman. Oh, Marshall takes a good mark, the fullback. They've got to move it. They need 2 goals, Dandenong. Thumping kick, not well directed. Gottliebsen has to fly. Hall misses with the fist. Fed out. McKenzie goes long. Who's there for Dandenong? Valkanis gets a hand on it. Battling is Pritchard. Loose one. Take it over, Lawson. He does. 8 points. No, what is it now? 6 points. 6 points the difference. Well, a goal will tie it up.
Need cool heads to prevail here in these situations.
Kick the ball! Kick the ball!
Now he's taking a long time. Pritchard. There's Jordan. Oh, well done under pressure from McKenzie. The captain coach. They've won 3 and lost 4. They've had a few close ones this year. Some in their favour, some against them. And just wasting time.
Playing possession football. Valuable seconds ticking away. There can't be much left, surely, Ross.
I think it's 29 and a half minutes gone, final term. But Dandenong in attack. Up goes Marcon. He should stay down. And Jordan has marked. Well, he's going backwards to waste time. 6 points the margin. A mistake back here and Dandenong could draw level.
See, a tempting fate back there, Ross.
Coming up to 30 minutes of the final term. Dandenong 4th, facing a defeat. They need a goal. Marshall and Jordan number again. 3 in about 30 seconds. He'll take an eternity to get up here.
Well, this might be a preconceived plan. Kick it back.
Don't do anything silly, boys. Has he blown time off for? He has now. reverse it, wasting time. This could be critical. Got leaps and long bomb. Where's Mackenzie? There he is in front. Atkinson, but they clear at Preston. Only as far as Knight.
That's it.
Dennis Knight can kick goals. He's outside the 50-metre line. Over 30 minutes gone. Long one by Knight. Off the side of the boot. Anyone for Dandenong? Yes!
Oh, I think
Wicks.
it'll only be seconds to go, Ross.
Wicks. We could have a draw. 6 points the margin. Wicks stabs at it. It's there. Scores are level. 101 apiece.
Well, what a game. I'm speechless, Ross.
Well, Preston, that defensive work.
Yes.
And silly play by, I think it was Gillard, was it? Well,
Yes,
not
but
Dobby
Jordan.
didn't. There's Wicks putting it through. Kicking his second goal. Scores level. And we've had 31.5 minutes.
Yes, they became defence orientated.
Fisted by Gottliebson. Mackenzie. Lawson. Murray's tackle. That's holding the ball. Too high, says the umpire. It's McCormack, who's had a quiet day. Go, they say. From the side, Mackenzie. And scores are still level. Coming up to 32 minutes in the final term. Look at that man. 32 minutes, sir. Scores level. Dandenong in an attack. Green, will he grab it out of the ruck? Reid, best on ground by far. Here he goes, he's tackled. Lacko's a left footer, no space. And look at those Bullants diving on the ball. Well, the draw would be a fitting result, Sam.
Yes, I think.
Although it's like a loss, isn't it, too, especially to Preston. Umpire Fallett. 32 minutes and a half gone. And another throw in. Well, I wonder who is doing the timekeeping. It's 32.5 minutes. Dandenong in attack, 101 apiece. Jordan's there. Over it is again by Lumachisi. He wouldn't want to deliver it. And there's the siren. It's a draw here at the Shepley Oval. Dandenong 14-17, 101. Preston 16-5, 101. I think it's the first draw of the season, and a fantastic game of VFA footy here at Dandenong. After a scrappy start, I think I've got all the goal kickers. Sam, while you gather your thoughts, Jamie Shaw for Preston 4, 3 to Adrian Marcon and Joe Lumachisi, 2 to David Prideaux, both in the last quarter, and 2 to Chris Nicolo, and singles to Andy Plowman, Brett Gillard, and that's it. And for Dandenong, 4 to Brett McKenzie, and 2 each to Richard Wicks, Darren Reid, Gary Milligan, and singles to Brian Todd, Warwick Green, Andrew Lacko, Nick Murray. 101 apiece. There's the Preston camp. It's like a loss to them because they've only won 3 games and lost 4. They've lost a couple by close margins. But an absolute thriller. Sam, while you sum up the game, I'll just look through